Hey guys, Crewman here. Happy Monday, and you know what that means. Today is week 5 of our 8-week series of where we go over the profitability for the AL Box 1 and the AL Box 2. First, I want to talk about Aletheium's hash rate and the price, and then I want to go over the total yield and fiat value of the AL Box 1 and the AL Box 2, and then some final thoughts afterwards. So let's get to it. Again, I want to thank you to Gold Shell, who sponsored this video by providing me with an AL Box 1 and an AL Box 2 to mine off of for 8 weeks. Again, you can go to their official site and buy from them direct, and you can check out all of their miners right here. So thanks again to Gold Shell for sponsoring this video. So first, let's quickly go over the price of Aletheium. As of the time of filming this video, 90 days were up 1%. 30 days we're down 15%. 7 days we're up almost 10%. So it's not bad. Aletheium keeps creeping up. I'd like it to go higher, but wouldn't we all? Good that, it's not going down with all the ASICs on the network, which means Aletheium can probably survive constant sell pressure. But then again, I am not an expert, and this is just my opinion. Next, let's take a look at the Aletheium hash rate from last week. If you noticed, on the 19th of August, we were at 3.02 petahash. And now today we're basically at almost 4 petahash at 3.98. So we've gone up about 25%. Now that should be unsurprising, as the Ice River AL0 review batch shipped last week. Mine is arriving today. I was supposed to have it last week, but I made a mistake. And I know batch 1 is shipping this week, and I know some people are expecting to have theirs in a few days. So a bunch of AL0s are hitting the network, and it's only going to get even more saturated because the resellers AL0s should start shipping this week or next week. So that's going to further put pressure on the network. And then I know that a bunch of AL1s and AL1 pluses have started shipping from Bitmain. They've confirmed that as well. And we knew this was coming, guys. When we were discussing whether or not the AL1 and AL2 were worth buying about 6 weeks ago, I said now is the time to buy it. You had to buy it, by like basically the last week of July. You had to get it in your hands, or maybe the first week of August max. And I said that that was very important because you were going to get 6 to 8 weeks of really good yield. So we're on week 5. We'll see what happens on week 6, but we've gotten at least 5 weeks so far. So without further ado, let's see what the yield is like. All right, so right here is week 5's the AL Box 1. As always, when we do the payouts, I just want to state that the first Monday of the week, we get all the payouts but one, and then the last Monday of the week we get the first payout based on the time that I usually film these videos. On the AL Box 1, we got about 3.8 to 3.9 Aletheium, and then you can see that it went up for a few days from the 21st to the 24th. That makes sense, as you would expect maybe some of the AL0s and AL1s to get off the network so they could be shipped out. And then you can see finally we take a tiny drop on 825. But overall, if you compare it to last week, which I find interesting, the yield is basically the same, which is really nice. The fiat value actually went up a little bit because the price in Aletheium went up as well. So both good things. I mean, we were getting about a 20% drop in yield weekly from week 1 to week 2 to week 3 to week 4. So it's nice to have a steady week where we didn't exactly lose much in terms of yield or anything in terms of yield. And then if you look at the AL Box 2, the trends are the same as the AL Box 1. We got 6.9 Aletheium on the 19th, 6.8 on the 20th, and then we were at about 8, a little bit over 8 Aletheium all the way until basically today, which we only got one payout so far. Now I do want to state that I had a little bit of a gaffe. Something happened with the AL Box 2 for like a day or two last week, which is why it looks like we had a drop in yield. But basically the trends are very similar from the AL Box 1 to the AL Box 2. So if you have one and you didn't have any interruptions, your yield should be about the same. Now, what is the total Aletheium that I've gotten in the last 5 weeks? Well, we've gotten 452 Aletheium on the AL Box 2 and 242 Aletheium on the AL Box 1. So if we're tracking our progress at today's price of Aletheium, we've made about $750 back, or a little bit over 25% of our total price of the AL Box 2. Now, basically, to break even, we would need the price of a lithium to go up by about 4x, which I think is very, very possible to do. And if you bought one of these lithium ASICs, I really hope that your intention was to hold and not to sell daily. So far, honestly, had I bought one of these when they were $2,700, I would feel just fine because we're in a pretty good spot and the yield is still holding. Now, obviously, next week may be a different story, but we're still doing all right. And as far as the AL Box 1, we made about $400, so we're in about the same spot. Basically, you need about a 3 to 4x increase in the lithium price to become profitable on these boxes. So again, overall, I feel pretty good. I would feel pretty good with both of these if you had purchased them when I said to purchase them. As far as whether or not you should buy these now, the answer is no. You should not buy an AL Box 1 or AL Box 2 right now for multiple reasons. The first one is the network hash rate is mooning and there are new, more efficient lithium ASICs hitting the market. The reason you would have wanted to buy the AL Box 1 and AL Box 2 before was because you had a head start to accumulate as many coins as you could. That head start is now gone. And also, we are going to have the new Gold Shell AL Box 2 Plus was just announced at 1 terahash at 485 watts. And that thing is obviously going to do a lot better than the AL Box 1 or the AL Box 2. So I would absolutely not recommend buying an AL Box 1 or an AL Box 2 right now unless the price goes down. Frankly, your best bet is to not buy any of them and just wait probably like 2 or 3 weeks just to see where the hash rate is at. At this point, if you're interested, you could maybe see if you could get a cheaper one on the used market, or you could just dollar cost average your way into a lithium right now and see where the prices are, because you know these miners can be a good value, the AL Box 1 and the AL Box 2, but I think you missed the time to buy them to get the hash rate lead. So now you just have to find the best values in ASICs. And I'm not sure that either the AL Box 1 or the AL Box 2 provide those. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you again to Gold Shell for sponsoring this video. You can pick up any of their box miners on their website. I'll put an affiliate link down below. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next week. So far, if you had purchased an AL Box 1 or AL Box 2 shortly after the AL Box 2 was announced, you're in great shape. Hodl and don't panic. All right, guys, have a good week. See you next Monday. Cruteman is out.